Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kanyinsola. I hope you're doing well today. Wherever you are in the world, whether you're in Nigeria, whether you're in Ghana, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. If you are new here, please subscribe. I do topical videos. I do videos about all sorts of things. Anything that I feel like is important to talk about, I'll talk about it. It's so ironic that the last video I did, I really was on some like, oh, the next video I'll do will be on some light-hearted kind of thing, because I've been giving you guys heavy-hearted content. This topic, you've probably seen it all over. It's about SARS. In order for me not to regurgitate everything that everyone's already said about SARS, I will just link below an explanation about what SARS is and so on. Mostly because I don't want to end up using most of the time in this video to just focus on SARS and what other people have already shared, when I want to bring in some different perspectives and points of views. My main priority in this video is just not to raise my cortisol levels too much, because like I'm trying to keep it calm, because the world in Convert, everywhere things are just happening, right? So I'm going to try and remain as calm as possible and not shout or be too ranty, because it's easy to get lost in the passion when you're discussing things like this. It's so easy. Just quickly, just to define what SARS is. So SARS is a special anti-robbery squad in Nigeria, in the Nigerian police force, right? That's what they are. However, they've gone beyond their job title. The other things that they've decided to get involved in is rape, murder, extortion, and a list of other disgusting acts, right? That's what they've been up to. I'm just really glad that nobody's pretending that there's an issue in Nigeria anymore, because normally what will happen in this conversation is people will just try to gloss over it and be giving you pictures of flipping Banana Island to act like there's no issue in Nigeria. So I'm glad that Ojuwatinla, eyes are clearing. It's not like I'm bashing or trying to point fingers. It's literally, let's call a spade and improve with the spade. You know what I mean? The thing that really pisses me off about SARS and the formation of the Nigerian police system itself is that it wasn't for our own benefit though. It's not for the benefit of civilians. And I know some people might easily think, why do you care? Like, you don't live there, like it's calm. No. When I go back home, trust me, I encounter these wearies too. I have experiences with these wearies as well. Just because I don't come out and say I talk about everything doesn't mean it doesn't happen to me. It happens, trust me. To add, did we see what they did to Shamama Begum? They can do it to any one of us. So if you want to be sitting and say, it doesn't concern me, I did for what we're doing, stay there. Like I was saying, my issue with SARS and the formation of the police system in Nigeria, it was not for us. It was not for the benefits of the Nigerian civilians. When they formed the Nigerian police in the 1800s, it was to basically protect the interests of our colonial masters. They noticed that sometimes there'll be revolts, sometimes there'll be strikes. And in order to curb that, they looked at the everyday man in Nigeria and said, you can look after my property so I can maintain my economic power in your country. That's what basically happened. SARS was set up in 1992 because of military takeover in Nigeria, and because the police couldn't basically monitor robberies that were taking place. Cool. If I was a project manager on the case of SARS, I would have a timeline or deadline to say, okay, by this point, I would hope that robbery would not be a case. I feel like the Nigerian government, their greed is far a lot more than any positive aims. That's what I'll tell you now. Because it pays to have systems like SARS. It does. It pays their pockets. It lines their pockets. And I don't even think the Nigerian government has full control of SARS anymore. I genuinely think that SARS are their own, they form their own coalition somewhere. Because how can Buhari announce that, SARS has been dissolved, and then they're still roaming about? Clearly they don't listen to Buhari. Buhari is not their Oga at the top anymore. He's not the commander anymore. They're doing their own thing. If they actually cared about what the IGP said, wouldn't have stopped right there and then, but they're still about roaming and killing people. Pardon? If you don't solve the issues of inequality, wealth deprivation, lack of access to education or employment, you will continue to have armed robbers, my dear. There's no way about it. What do you expect to happen? If people don't have jobs that they can go to, respectable jobs that they're making a good income, because even the average Nigerian doctor is not making money, my dear. They're not making serious money. Even the police stuff that we're even complaining about, they're not making money themselves. If you don't create those type of things, of course people are going to turn into the extreme lengths of life. Yes, fraud is bad. Yes, the robbery is bad. But to say we're just going to be killing people on the road without actually due course of law, What is that? Because when you think about high levels of crime or corruption or fraud that's been detected in Nigeria, it hasn't been SARS that's been finding it for us. So it hasn't been SARS. Hush Puppy, it was not Nigeria that they caught him. They caught him all the way in Dubai. Even Dubai have their own wahala when it comes to human trafficking and all of that. The way they treat their African workers, especially African women workers, is disgusting. But they at least managed to find out what Hush Puppy was doing and successfully detained him, gathered the information and the intelligence, and detained him and his gang. But you're telling me that it's SARS that will now come and do that. SARS are collecting. They are collecting for people like Hush Puppy. SARS are not doing anything to do with fraud or anti-robbery. They are the robberers. Is that even a word? They are part of the corruption. EFCC gone. The other day when the protest was taking place at the Nigerian High Commission here, which basically is the Nigerian embassy, I was actually finding it very, very funny because the Nigerian embassy is actually very well known for openly scamming people. And I was like so tempted to ask, like, okay, if we are saying that we're fighting against SARS, we have to fight against the Nigerian High Commission to add that one too, because they're so archaic, it's so backwards. The way they do things there is just like it's infuriating. They'll be scamming you, they won't do their job properly, and they'll be scamming you so they can do their job. And it's not even going into the pockets of like the Nigerian embassy. It's going into individual staff pockets. We can't just stop at SARS, because apart from SARS, are we ignoring that there's been gas explosions up and down the country, Nigeria, for how long now? Are we just completely gonna just cast that one out? In regards to SARS, they say that they dissolved it. Okay, let's say you have a cup of water now and you add salt to that water and you shake it, you stir it, you shake it, the salt will disappear, no? But when you now drink it, can you not still taste the salt? You can't dissolve something, give us a new cup of water. Even if you want to say you've dissolved, you haven't apologized to the family of those who have died. The policemen who have been responsible for killing have not even been held to account. You want to redeploy them? Okay. What has been done to show that you've dissolved or that you genuinely care about the interests of Nigerian people? Nothing. Nothing. So if people must continue to protest, if people must continue to sign petitions, if people must continue to donate, if that is what it takes for the Nigerian government to listen, let it be that. Because we can't even just stop at SARS anyway. If we're here, let's ask for everything. NEPA, light we not get. Unemployment level stays at a high. Access to education, stagnant. If you want to go to hospital now, you have to pay so and so amounts. The average Nigerian can't even afford all these hospital bills. They cannot. So you mean to tell me you fail people at a basic human level, and then on top of that, you want to now come and be killing them? It's not possible. People will revolt, and I think the revolt should continue. There's an attitude amongst our parents' generation where it's like, they can't change. No, we have to step on their necks to let them know that it's possible to change. Because it's 60 years of independence and the story is still the same. And then on top of that, all this talks about special meetings or meetings with Davido, meetings with Wizkid, or meetings with this. I don't even think that's where you should go. Have we run out of National Assembly points? Or have we run out of like town halls? What's happening? And it's the same mistake that they made when they were forming Nigeria. The same mistake. Instead of doing it in Nigeria, instead of holding a meeting of how Nigeria should be formed and independence of Nigeria, they came all the way to the UK and did it at a Lancaster place in London. Now you want to be doing it inside IGP's office, Inspector General of Police office. No, let everybody there be there to hear what's going on, and let women have their voices there, because women are at the forefront of this movement, helping, organizing, mobilizing, leading the way. That is the same mistake they made when they were forming the independence of Nigeria. They did not have there was no single woman in that room. And you want to come again, 2020, you want to do the same mistake. Kilo day. It's not possible. You need to have women there. And you can't only put it on one woman's head. All the women in Nigeria should have a voice on this matter. Because at the end of the day, the economic power that Nigerian women alone bring to... It's not now that you say, no, we're having special meeting and only some of you are allowed. Everybody should hear, because it's everybody's situation. It's everybody matter. It's not one special person. It's not an elite person. Everybody should be involved. I respect Miss Aisha so much. So much. But it shouldn't just be only her that is carrying it on her head. She said, let the youth come into this Zoom. They were holding Zoom meeting, no. See me see trouble. She said, let them hear. Don't talk to me. Talk to everybody. It's not just about, Only a few. And this is what the government will do. They'll see that there's a prominent leader and they'll say, okay, how can we bribe this one? How can we get this one's integrity low? What can we do? There shouldn't be any of that, because this is going to benefit the whole of the country. What was the point of creating and Fanny Town Hall? Let everybody have a say and a voice in this matter. Nigerian women throughout this whole thing, it reminds me of why I love Nigeria or why I love Africa so much. And it's the women. We always come through. Any civil rights or human rights organization, it's always women at the forefront. Have you noticed? We always come through. Period. So I don't think that there should be any private meetings and not a woman's voice is heard. This brings me to another point. Why is it that I've been seeing a lot of agitation against influencers and celebrities for why are you not posting, why are you not sharing, why are you not doing this? Let me tell you something. If you force someone to do something, they won't do it well for you. They won't do it well. Influencers and celebrities, yes, they add to the voices, but they are not the entire voice. Stop pressuring people to speak up for you. There's more power within a whole group of you and your neighbors than there will ever be in one celebrity in Obodo Imbo coming to speak for you. Every single social justice movement there's ever been a change, it wasn't because of celebrity, it was because of the people. Do you know the amount of people that I had to unfollow or just said, I realized that me and you, our politics don't align during the whole Black Lives Matter movement? So many. But even people I know in my personal life, so many people, I would have to be like, girl, unfollow you, can't follow. And just do it silently and be going. All this one that you're commenting and you're saying it will not be well for you. Please, let's respect each other and give each other grace now. When Chadwick Boseman died, everybody was saying, we didn't know what he was going through. Now you knew and now you regret. So now let's also have that same grace. If you don't like people, if you don't like their politics, just jejely pack your load and be going. That's your own way of deplatforming them. There's no point trying to call everybody, let's deplatform them. We must bond their social media following. Our common goal is now not to be hurting each other, but to hurt the states. That's the common goal. It's not to be hurting each other and insulting each other. The way I've seen people treat other people during this time. And you don't know if they've donated though. You don't have a single clue if they've donated. You don't know anything. You're just there shouting. It's like people were shouting at DJ Copy. Oh, what's Copy? Why were you not doing this? Oh, Copy, what happened? And it's like, guy, she donated. She actually donated. Bobrisky hasn't even been loud like that, but she donated 2 million naira. She donated. And it's so funny because the people that she's even donating for, they don't respect her on a day-to-day basis. So, I don't know, sis, did he really need to? But still, she still donated. Stop looking at people's social media and thinking this is the beginning and the end of their activism. It is not. At the end of the day, 5 plus 5 is 10, Abby. 6 plus 4 is 10, Abby. 7 plus 3, is it not 10? There are different ways to do one thing. So stop looking and judging people. And if you realize that their politics doesn't align with yours, unfollow and be going. My own is continue to step on their neck. But let's not forget that there's more than one issue we have to fight though. NEPA still there. Gas explosion still there. The way they treat women still there. There are so many issues. So if you're going to demand, at least write your list of demands and be done with it. And we also have to reflect on the way we treat each other in our own personal private spaces. Because what happens in your private home will actually leak out into society. In my last video, I said it. We enable politicians. We also enable corruptions within ourselves. And we also enable behaviors that are just downright wrong within our own personal homes. We also have to reflect what happens after we end SARS. How are we going to make sure things like this never happens again from our private spaces into the public space? That's my own share. For me, continue protesting, sign petitions, donate, do whatever you can. In the description box, I'll put websites that I've used to sign petitions or donated to or sent letters to senators or governors. I'll put it all down below. Anything that I feel like will be useful, I'll put it there. Because at the end of the day, even if this is just my little space on the internet, it's still a little space and it still does something for somebody. Try not to increase your cortisol levels too much because the world there's a lot going on. Because we haven't even finished talking about Congo and Namibia. Things are happening all over. And it's like, it can be overwhelming sometimes. I think there's going to be an event on Friday that talks about speaking the truth of power without becoming overwhelmed. I'll link that one down below as well because I don't know who might need it. Take care. Stay safe. If you're protesting, please stay safe. And just let's let's not have any divisions as well. I hope in this 2020 we can create some light-hearted content at some point.